and once everyone starts recording, we'll do a little sync.
All right.
Okay. I have the recording started.
I am rolling.
All right, epic. You guys want to do the clap, or do you guys want to say our names in order?
Seems like you're making things more complicated than need.
Okay, fine. We'll do the clap. Okay,
I mean,
so
it seems
after
like we just clap as opposed to you explaining what this other thing means.
Okay, all right. We're gonna do the fucking clap.
Children clap.
All right,
when they're happy and they know it, clap your hands.
God,
look, I just synced us twice.
I know now. I know Asterios is truly a podcaster because he loves to talk. He just loves to berate people with his little innocuous opinion, his observational humor.
Like I mean, you can say it like that.
Fucking New Yorker.
I mean, you can say it in a shitty way like that, but yeah, people pay to hear my opinion. It's nice.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
So
West Coast,
so I'm gonna. Oh. Yeah, exactly. East Coast, West Coast. All right. After three, we all clap. All right.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Now, after 3, everybody say your name, but pause until the other person says their name first so that we all have our name, but the names are all spaced out. So 1, 2, 3. Kimi the Witch.
Wait, what? I don't understand this at all.
What? You see, okay. Yes, you see? And that's why you don't do that thing you just said.
That wasn't even the name thing. That's not even the name thing. Oh my God.
It isn't. We all said that.
That's not the name thing.
Well, then you know what? Then you didn't explain it right.
Wait, no one explained anything to me at all. I thought I just was come here and look pretty.
Okay, Kimi, did you clap the first time?
I did clap the first time, yeah.
All right, cool. So I think we should be good. We'll just clap again at the end, and then it'll be a nice little bow over this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna intro, and then
you're gonna intro it off Kimi's podcast.
This is my podcast.
Oh, right. Are we doing that thing where we're putting this episode out on both of your things?
No, I have a different episode planned this week.
You're turning down free content.
Fine, I'll take it. I don't care.
You're turning down free edit. Oh, I'm sorry. Is your podcast too successful for like an extra episode?
I don't know. I just
will it be wasting your 8 listeners' time?
I don't feel comfortable taking someone else's
wasting
work,
my time, Kimi? Will it be wasting my time?
Yeah. Cheesy's got clowns to write. Cheesy was just at that con.
I can't have too much clown content. People will start thinking something's up.
Exactly.
Hey, leave them alone. Don't yuck their yum.
Exactly. Don't yum them, Kimi.
Yeah, exactly. Are you gonna yum them? Don't yuck them or yum them. Leave them alone, Kimi. Yeah, you did an entire episode about how clown fucking was disgusting, and like it's cancelable. It's like unprofessional and cancelable that you let that content out there, that you would platform those views.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Asterios.
Well,
I agree.
Yeah, it took the words out of your mouth like so many scarves out of somebody's sleeve, and then you use those scarves to tie them to the bedpost. Dude, awful things.
Asterios, you're pretty funny. Are you sure you're not a clown?
Oh my God, I almost signed up for a clowning course the other day.
Epic.
Now listen. If you're gonna say epic every other word, just let me know now so I can, I don't know, develop a heroin habit or do something to distract myself from you saying epic like that.
Do you want me to say based? Let's say based instead.
No, say poggers.
You sound more like a based than an epic.
Okay.
But you sound more like a poggers than a based.
Yeah, true.
All right, what's the show? Introduce us.
Okay, what's the show? Hello, welcome back to the Cheesymanfredo podcast factory. It's your host, me, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales. And today with me is the lovely Kimi the Witch and the awesome Asterios Kokonos. You guys could go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Kimi. I don't do anything, so I don't know why I'm here.
Now you see, and if I wasn't a good enough guest to know to duck out, because Kimi was probably going to go first, we might have both you could introduce us one at a time. Don't go like, hey, everybody start talking. I'm deducting 5 host points from you. I'm keeping score. That's it. Let me get a pen. I'm keeping score.
All right.
Cheesymanfredo, bad sync, bad introductions. So far, So far, Kimmy, you're winning. You're up by 10 points.
Yeah.
What if I told you this was all part of my plan? This was just simply me playing 4D chess because I just knew that you guys would just go one at a time. It just would have happened naturally.
Well,
Yeah,
if you
like
want to know what
intended.
you want to know what my brain was thinking, since you said my name first, I figured I should have talked first. But if I didn't say something that moment, I'm like, okay, well maybe Asterios will say something because then like
We could have
there's no
gone by
signal.
age, oldest first.
Okay, fine.
That's
Or
very
not.
hard. No, that's very
But
hard.
anyway, on to the main topic. I brought these two forces together because Asterios over here is a little bit uneducated. He said a couple of very unprogressive things about clown and clown kind, and I think it should be my responsibility to educate Asterios before he gets canceled on Twitter, before he
Again.
says something just awful about the clown community, you know?
Again. Now, listeners who may not have heard Kimi the Witch's last podcast, so Kimi the Witch, they had me on, and they had nothing prepared, and they were also clearly like scared of their own microphone. I've never heard anything like it. It was like someone who thought they were doing a podcast as homework, or like they were clearly doing a podcast under duress. So Cheesymanfredo came up, and I was like, I bet I can do about an hour's worth of clown fucking jokes about how Cheesymanfredo wants to fuck these big titty clowns. And I did. And then, of course, Kimmy recorded it all terribly. It sounds like a toilet. And so, it seemed only fair, like, from a journalistic perspective, to give Cheesymanfredo, like, a kind of a chance.
Both sides.
Kind of
Fair and
you do
balanced.
have to hear from both sides. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
So I'm here to take my medicine. I'm here to learn and listen.
Yeah, good. Yeah, when Bozo the Clown came on, Asterios didn't watch Bozo. He sat down and listened. And that's what we're gonna fucking do today. But before we start, I want to ask you, Asterios, do you know what a clown is? Can you give us an Asterios definition of what a clown is?
Well, I believe it comes from the classic Commedia dell'arte, like improvisational Lazzi form from the 1400s in Italy. The painted-faced wonders who would go from Italian town to Italian town, practicing their Lazzis. And no, I don't know what a clown is. I
was about to say. I was just about to say.
I
You're
don't know.
wrong.
Honk. Some sort of painted-faced freak with big red shoes tries to sell me garbage. By the way, Kimmy, we just ran right over me insulting your intent. Do you have any rebuttal for my assessment of your performance as host, your quality as an audio recordist?
Now's your time to defend yourself,
Yeah,
Kimmy.
don't just let yourself
they're
get run
pretty
over
fair
by some boomer.
criticisms. I could have like gave you a heads up that your mic sounded like shit, but I didn't. So I'm sorry that I did that. I guess I don't know.
She's an experienced podcaster like me and Asterios. She just started. This is her baby first podcast, you know.
Kimmy, you get 10 points for being humble. Great job.
Epic. Yeah, real.
Thanks.
You sound
That's
like
the,
real
that's
bass.
the long con.
Real bass. You sound like fucking Dumbledore giving out fucking points.
Yeah, and you know what, Cheesy? 5 points for a reference. I understood. All right, that's
Epic,
it.
but
Great job.
So back to the clown question. You're wrong, Asterios. You're wrong.
They're not a bunch of crazy honkers.
No, they're not even human.
What are you talking?
Did you know that? Did you know that clowns aren't human?
Keep talking.
They are their own species, although they do share a common ancestors with humans, if you know anything about evolution.
Oh
So
yeah,
you're
don't
telling
we
me when you-
share a funny bone?
Yes.
Do we share a funny bone?
Yeah, they share a funny bone. That's one of the theories.
By the way, is that what
Another-
you call it when you fuck their clown pussy? you call your dick your funny bone? And then you go honk when you come.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I throw her
Hey,
a cream
smell my
pie.
flower. Spray.
I spray her in the face and I fling her a cream pie, if you know what I'm saying, Asterios.
Okay, it was funny when I did it.
All right.
All right. So if they're not humans and you fuck them, isn't that some sort of biological crime?
Whoa. Hold up.
Okay.
Are you talking about the theory that clowns may have originated from an interdimensional trickster god-like species?
A Loki type?
a Loki type, basically.
All right. I'm
That
listening.
might have come from a quote unquote clown dimension that came to our world
Who's
in
putting
order to mate with our women and create demigods, which we now know as clowns.
Who's putting clown dimension in these quotes?
Wait,
Wait,
what?
Are they? Oh, you said it was a quote unquote clown dimension. Like, are you unsure on your intel? Like, are you citing someone else when you put it in these quotes?
Yeah, unironically, I am citing someone else.
Okay.
But we don't know for sure. It's just one of the theories of where clowns could have come from. They could have been an alien species for all we know. We just know that they don't make evolutionary sense.
Okay.
But they are very much humans. They need to eat, they need to breathe, and they age and they
they
eventually
have
die.
I'm sure they have other needs too that you like
Right, exactly. I mean, yeah, just like a human, humans have these needs, clowns have these needs too, you know?
Yep.
And that's what we have in common. But do you know the one difference between a human and a clown, Asterios?
Is it that a clown can't consent? Because if that's the case, everything you're about to tell me is terrible.
Well,
The one difference between a clown and a human is the clown's connection to the clown force.
I fucking knew you were gonna say this dumb shit. I was like, sounds familiar.
Asterios, do you know what the clown force is?
If it's gonna turn out to be your cum, I'm just gonna hang up. So
No. This is not gross. This is science.
It's not your cum. Okay, good.
This is all like science. But do you want to take a guess of what you think the clown force is?
Is it a thing that makes them funny? Is it like sort of like a chi or an energy that they could tap into to be funny? And when they make people laugh or they give people joy, the clown force grows.
No. The clown force.
Sorry, would that make too much sense?
No, that sounds ridiculous.
So,
that sounds made up. That sounds like you made that up. That doesn't sound like it's based on any.
Sorry if that was too good an idea, and you just quickly realized, like, oh wait, this guy's got a.
No.
Okay.
The clown force is the ability to warp reality, but only when it's funny.
Kimmy,
Yeah.
whose clown force idea is better?
Listen, Asterios, this is something he's been like talking about for years.
I got documents.
I didn't ask whose clown force idea is older. I said, okay, now once again, I'm going to give you my clown force idea. It's an energy field that they can tap into to be funny. Like when they need to stuff 20 clowns into a car, how do they do it? They tap into the clown force. When they need to pull a bunch of scarves out of their sleeve, clown force. When they need big tits to distract you, the clown force. And the thing is, the more the audience loves it, the more clown force there is. But the audience isn't into it. The clown force shrinks. Pretty soon they're without the clown force, and they're kind of on their own. All right, so that's kind of my idea of the clown force, that it's like this chi or energy repository that all clowns pay into and can withdraw from. And now, one more time, your idea of the clown force, your bad idea.
Okay, so your idea is more based on other people. You frame it as kind of like an expectation you put on other people. When my clown force is more based on the individual, and sure there is like an outside expectation angle that we can get into.
So we both have the outside expectation. So you brought that up for nothing.
What I'm saying is that to truly like use the clown force, the clown must actually believe what they are doing is funny, right? So they can't really just pretend like, oh, this is funny. Like, oh, I'm pretending this is funny. No, that's not how that works. You have to legitimately think what you're doing is funny for the clown force to work.
Okay. Well, with that said,
right?
I think I might go with Asterios' idea. Because what if like someone who like has no sense of humor thinks something's funny, and then it's just like you can just have all this like reality warping shit.
No, you wouldn't think it's funny if you don't have a sense of humor.
Yeah, but that's the risk when you're performing live comedy.
But Asterios, a clown force doesn't have to be used during live comedy. It can be used whenever you want. It can be used continuously too, like constantly.
Jimmy, this is another good chance to jump in and give your opinion on whose idea it kind of makes more sense.
Well, I think
Well, my idea is more realistic, really. If you want to talk about like actual,
stop cutting Kimmy off.
I think
Right.
I apologize. Go ahead, Kimmy.
I think I know where you're going with this. You're probably going to mention like the Roger Rabbit thing that you mentioned before. Or you haven't mentioned on a podcast. I'm just referencing things you talked about in
I have no idea which. I have no idea. What
I know exactly what you're talking about. We're like, like how come you couldn't pull your hand out of the handcuffs earlier, Roger Rabbit? Oh, because it wasn't funny then.
But anyway, with my clown force,
yes, was Kimmy right?
Okay, with my clown force, it's based on your stamina, Asterios. So you can't always use the clown force. You have to be, kind of physically fit. You gotta have to be able to like be continuously using your clown force. So if you ran out of stamina, you just can't use your clown force no more. So there is like a limit. You can't just do impossible shit all the time.
So when you jizz on these clowns, do they think that jizz is like the dip? Like, are they scared of it? Like, does it like hurt them like the dip does in that Roger Rabbit cartoon? Because I imagine it would burn just a regular human.
Oh, wasn't the dip made out of like acetone? Like acetone, it doesn't really burn you unless you keep your hand in it, right?
I'm not hearing a no.
Well, like I mean, they're very much human. Besides, like being connected to the clown force.
The clowns are human, but they're a different species.
They're part of the same family as humans.
So they're like chimpanzee. They're like a chimpanzee or a bonobo or what? Okay, so they're like a space monkey.
They could be. That's one of the theories.
All right, now here's what I would do.
Okay.
And Kimmy, see if you like this better. Clowning is just like a martial art you can train yourself in.
That's unironically what my clown force is. Because if it's based on your stamina, you can learn to master it and like use it at the fullest potential.
Yeah. Okay. Now this stamina thing, I'm glad you brought it up because it's not good either. Like, how fun? Like, Louis Anderson could barely move. And they were funnier than all of us combined by the time they died. On their deathbed, they were funnier than all. Like, there's plenty of...
Well, Asterios. Asterios, there's other aspects of the clown force if you want to get into specifics. Sure. The clown force as an ability is broad, but there's specific, like, types of, like, I guess, techniques that the clown force could be used in.
Like physical comedy, puns...
Okay, so there's physical comedy.
Okay,
there's
can you hear me immediately get one of them right?
Okay, no, but I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down through my documents right now. Okay, so there's actually here's the three techniques right here. I'll tell you right now. It's body, outer body, and vocal. Those are the three techniques.
Outer body, and vocal, which is of course generated by the body. So you've got body, and body.
There's it's if you could you narrow it down to warping your body. Either you're warping your body, you're warping everything outside of your body, or you're warping things by just saying something, as a joke.
Hey, I get that's what's in your documents. I'm definitely look. I'm not contesting that that's what's in your documents, but Kimmy, instead of this multi-dimensional thing, it's just like it's like a ninjutsu or something, or it's like learning.
It's literally that.
I kind of hate the idea of like turning quote unquote comedy into like fucking Dragon Ball power scaling. It's like, how do you measure something being funny?
I mean, by laughter.
I guess
based on yourself, really. Like, do you not believe the things you do are funny? Do you need someone else to do it for you?
I don't really see myself as a comedian. I'm more like a journalist, just a fact.
So, I mean, see, interestingly, it's both. It's like if you're performing comedy, yeah, it better be funny to you, or it's definitely not going to be funny to someone else. But you're also doing it to hopefully be funny to someone else, unless you're like an asshole like Andy Kaufman who's like, I'm going to annoy people because that's what sexually satisfies me. You know what I mean? And then it's like, are you doing comedy or are you just kind of jerking off? And I mean, look, we're talking to the right person when it comes to jerking off.
But Asterios making people laugh is the next aspect of the clown force.
Yeah, okay, now Kimmy, mine is Literally, I've done this. What's taken this person years to do. I've come up with a better version of it accidentally on a podcast that 11 people could hear. Like, I don't know how. Like, Kimmy, so far, again, whose is better? Whose makes more sense?
I mean, there are some holes, like the physically fit thing. Like, hey, like, do clowns have, like, a different type of metabolism or something? Because, like, Ronald McDonald, like, must only eat, like, McDonald's burgers, but somehow he's, like, fit, but he's also not very funny, so, like...
Oh, we'll talk about Ronald McDonald later. He's a special case.
Okay, I'm
don't think I haven't put Ronald McDonald into the equation. He's been in the equation already.
I mean,
but that's later. That's advanced clown force, if you will.
I mean, what about the famous wheelchair bound comedian Wheels McFunny? Like, are you going to say that they can
that's not real?
Funny? Because, wait, you don't know Wheels McFunny?
He's really funny. He's really funny, Kimmy. Don't you get it? He's really funny.
He does a joke and then he pops a wheelie on stage. But it's like, I mean, do they only have access to half the clown?
Okay, this is how it works. So you do the clown force, and if people laugh, you get like bonus. You get like almost like a bonus version of like stamina with other people's laughter. Mm-hmm. And if you make a clown laugh, that like doubles, right? So for example, this like who did you mention earlier? Like Louis Armstrong, or who's the guy who was like
I mentioned Louis Armstrong. Yes, I did. While talking about stand-up comics, and I think to myself, this is way too much jizz.
Just in time for Black History Month. I mentioned Louis Armstrong.
See, clowny dicks and clowny fans. Okay, I'm sorry. Please keep going.
So if there was like a quote-unquote paraplegic clown that was stuck in a wheelchair.
They have a name. Their name is Wheels, please.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so this Wheels the clown.
Their name is Wheels McFunny. Yes. Yeah.
Sure. Let's say because of his condition, he wouldn't be able to like train enough. Because of her transition.
Her condition.
Her condition. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Because of her condition. She wouldn't be able to, raise up her stamina, like train her stamina, right? But by having other people laugh, she basically uses other people's laughter as a substitute for the stamina, right? And if a clown can make just groups of people laugh forever, they basically have endless stamina. So that's like one of the conditions you could like use when using the clown force. You get me?
Yeah, but but kind of like Kimmy said, like you're making it sound like Dragon Ball Z. Like with my idea, it's just this kind of general sense of humor that like you pay into, you take out of. If you're not funny, you got no juice.
Wait, Asterios, did you just tell me that my clown force sounds like hugely worldwide popular Dragon Ball Z? Oh, thanks. That sounds like a compliment to me, Asterios. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but you can't do, like, comedy push-ups. Like, you can go into a room with 100 times gravity.
But comedians, like train, right? That's like a comedy push-up, right?
You know what?
When you start out at a club, you're doing a kind of like a little comedic push-up there, right?
I mean, that's true. Like you're getting your reps in, you're doing sets. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it is possible. There could be this Dragon Ball Z-esque like thing applied to like comedy. When in using the clown force.
Well, I mean, it sounds like no matter whose definition of the clown force you're using, you want to jerk off to them. Can we talk about how you crank at the clowns? It's been like 25 minutes. We haven't talked about how you fucking crank it to these clowns, and then you go to like these conventions and try to sell people like your clown crank comics. Like, how are sales on the clown crank comics going? Like,
okay. First, we got to get into the more aspects of the clown force that I got. I got like 5 more pages.
No. Talk about jerking off the clouds. God damn it, would you talk about jerking off the clouds? Like, was that your first sexually formative experience? Did you, was there, like, a hot lady clown at your birthday party and you walked in on her changing and, like, you saw, like, her bra and her panties, but also, like, she had a painted face and a big nose? And then, now that's how you get off? Like, what happened to... No, that's a very judgmental... What happened to you? There you go. It's all about the tone.
Yeah, now you sound more... Earlier you sounded angry that I existed. Now you sound concerned.
Well, whatever it takes to learn what's made you fucked up. Talk to us. Tell us, what's the secret origin of Cheesymanfredo?
What's the secret origin of Cheesy? Well, I think it all started back in maybe 2008. I don't know. There used to be this webcomic called Twisted Kaiju Theater. You ever heard of this webcomic?
I'm looking it up now.
No.
Okay, it doesn't exist anymore. But this webcomic introduced me to the concept of, like, monster girls. You know what monster girls are, Asterios?
I do, yeah. Like, I just looked it up on Wikipedia. It looks like there's, the Twisted Kaiju Theater, like, thumbnail, it says, "We're that Godzilla website with boobs." So, are these just, like, sexy giant monsters? Like, sexy Mothra, sexy Godzilla, like, sexy Mecha Godzilla, sexy Gamera?
Basically, but they weren't in the comic. You're talking about this kind of odd offshoot that came from the comic called K-Girls.
Okay, yeah, the Kaiju Girls, yes.
Yeah, the Kaiju Girls, right? And they were, like, just girls based on these, like, on all sorts of kaijus. It wasn't just, like, Godzilla creatures.
Did they have big tits?
Yeah, of course. Duh. It should be implied.
I don't know. People are into small titties these days too. I don't know.
They had a variety of tits. There was a variety of tits. All right, we had them all.
Okay.
All right, well, which ones were the best ones?
Which ones were the best ones?
Yeah, was it Gina, which is short for Godzilla-inspired naked anthropomorph?
What? I don't know. I was looking at this stuff when I was in
the Great Mazinger, or the Kaiju Girl based on the more recent
Cloverfield
monster.
Did you just say the hard R right now?
What?
I mean, no. I mean, that's a real stretch. It kind of shows where your head is at. I said the Great Mazinger.
Oh boy!
It sounded way more like Bazinga than the other.
Did he say Bazinga? I heard the hard. It's like Bazinga with the hard R. That's what I heard.
Wait. I think we're getting too into the weeds. What's the deal with this fucking website?
There's a Japanese anime called Mazinger Z, and the Great
I know.
Mazinger.
I've seen it.
So you know what? I've heard of them too. Like so apparently there's some sort of Great Mazinger Kaiju Girl, but I can't tell what the cup size is. Wikipedia doesn't say. So which Kaiju Girl was your favorite? You have to go on the K-Girl.
You have to go on the K-Girl wiki. I don't know. I was on this website when I was in elementary school.
You don't know. Don't lie to us. Which is your favorite girl? We are not going to judge.
Okay, so anyway, I was introduced to the concept of monster girls because of this website, right? And that's just kind of always been a part of my psyche until, like, after high school, I was really into like pale girls, like the We Fit girl, right? You know what I'm talking about, Asterios?
Yeah.
The We Fit trainer.
Where they don't have a face, so they're not judging you.
Right, exactly.
They can't look at you, because while you're doing what you're doing, aka expending units of clown force, like they don't have they don't have eyes that judge you or watch you. Okay, like, I get it.
Well, I mean, that's implying, like, the other girls were judging you anyway. Like, they couldn't. They're just drawings of Asterios. They can't hurt you.
And yet, you like the one without the eyes for some reason. You know who else?
Well, that was, like, the start. That was...
Serial killer.
We Fit Trainer was, like, the gateway drug, really.
Wait, I thought you notoriously hate white women.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do.
We hear you call them, quote, cracker devils.
Move over, Carrie, and I say to the We Fit Trainer.
Yeah, exactly. We heard that you call Ireland the land of no boners. This is what you say. These are things you say that we've heard.
I did not say none of these. These are allegations. Once again, the fake news is after Cheesymanfredo. putting words in my mouth, just like I put clown titties in my mouth once again.
All right, now look, I'm seeing like a hot Mothra kaiju girl.
You into Mothra?
I'm maybe now. Like I'm seeing what I looked up. Kaiju
was it
girls.
That? Mm-hmm. Was it that easy? You saw the Mothra girl and we're like, whoa, Mamma Mia!
She's a very attractive young lady here.
She's a very attractive young lady.
Yes.
Are you a fan of? Are you a fan of any of the Godzilla movies, Asterios?
No, I mean I wouldn't turn one off. I've never gone out and been like, oh shit, I'm gonna see the new Toho release or I think I saw Matthew Broderick Godzilla when I was a kid and I fell asleep.
Oh, epic. Yeah, I think that's a very common experience with that one.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I honestly I don't. I know a little bit about this stuff. It's all super. Whenever somebody knows a lot about these monsters or the current, what is it? The current legendary universe, Kong versus God. That all seems cool. And that's the kind of thing I think to myself where if I didn't have a day job, I probably would have gone out and I imagine myself one day retired, and it's now I have all the time in the world to learn what the fuck Doctor Who is, and get into the legendary. I mean, I don't know. I've seen 3 Doctors Who. There's so much shit out there. Yeah, I can't really judge it. I mean, unless there's a big titty clown in it that is meant to arouse your penor, I can't really judge it. But back to what you're here to talk about.
I think when you retire, after you retire, you should finally say, now finally I could get into Bongo and Luna.
Is this what it's all about? Is this what it's all about to get him to read your comic?
Eventually.
Your thing's Bongo and Luna, huh?
Well, not anymore. Bongo and Luna is on forever hiatus.
It was too sexy. Human
was,
productivity rates plummeted because people couldn't stop cranking into these clouds.
It was too.
I've got a lot of cloud for it because I think what I'm saying is hilarious.
Yeah, it's kind of like
yeah, that's how that works.
It's kind of like one of those horny webtoon comics where oh, are they gonna fuck? And then it's on webtoon, so they're never gonna fuck, at least not on camera.
Bongo.
They wouldn't fuck. They wouldn't fuck on the webtoon. They would fuck on my Patreon, which anyone could join right now. Link in bio.
All right, so there's a whole will they or won't they thing here.
Yes, basically.
But again, I thought you didn't like white girls. These are the whitest girls I've ever seen, almost artificially so.
Yeah, I don't like white, white as we know it in society right now. But if they're straight up pale, pure, the whitest white on the little Photoshop color scale, then that's perfectly fine. That's acceptable. The problem with white girls in real life is that they're not white enough. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? How do you feel about my profile picture?
Yeah, how do you feel?
It's not really a girl. It's a cat fox.
Well, it identifies as a girl.
I mean, it looks like one of the.
It looks like one of those fox cat furry amalgamations.
All right.
Yeah.
So is it possible to like cats or clowns without telling people? Is it possible?
Is it socially bad to tell people you like cats?
Yes. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, you guys don't know my fetishes, and I know your fetishes, and I'm poorer for it.
Wait. I don't think anyone knows mine, but I don't fucking know.
Are you saying there's a financial incentive to put your fetishes out there?
I mean, no,
there might be some financial clout.
It sounds like you're saying that, and actually, you know what? That's a pretty good reason to tell someone your fetishes if you can make money on it. Keep going. True. You now for the first time in this hour, you're speaking sense to the boomer. All right. So you're making money off these big titty clowns?
Oh yeah, I'm making a okay amount. Not the most.
I'm making no money off big titty clowns, so any money is better than what I'm doing.
They didn't build big titty clown Rome in a day,
I agree that it takes time to kind of get a fetish site going, and if you only have one only fan at first, you shouldn't feel bad about it. It takes time. Shit takes time. I hear you.
You need at least 5 OnlyFans to make a good amount of money in this economy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what you need is you ultimately
You need
need
Jesus.
5
No.
super simps. And of course I'm talking about the 5 apostles, Luke, John. You know, Jesus
5
is simps.
You need
5
12
apostles.
super simps. When you say super simps, I imagine like simps that took like the super soldiers serum, but they weren't interested in war and they just jack off with their huge muscles all day to like Belle Delphine. Is that what you mean by super simps?
I mean, honestly, kind of now we're talking about another saleable fetish. All right. People that take the super soldier serum, so there's like a transformation element. So like we see that when they're kind of like skinny twinks, they're also hot, by the way. But
Yeah,
then
of course.
they drink the super soldier serum, they guzzle it down. And then their muscles inflate. They become huge, and then they become entirely devoted to this one girl who's like a stand-in character for you, the reader. So it's like a harem anime.
Where your harem is made up of like super soldier simps.
Yes, made up of super simps, exactly. Like they're big and they're kind of like fighting over your attention, but when they run out of juice,
Yeah, the SSS.
when they run out of juice, like they become like twinks and like they're still hot then too. So it's like you have every kind of boy interested in you. You see again how in just like a minute I'm coming up with ideas that you can't come up with in years, Cheesymanfredo. Like I'm kind of. You should just do the things I'm saying because you'll make more money.
All right, give me more money making ideas, but it's got to involve big titty clowns.
Oh no. Okay, you're absolutely right. All right. I think that you need. I think you just have to go simple, like big titty clown crime fighters, sexy girl clowns. They go out at night. They beat up men. There's like a domination thing there. They're like beating up men, bringing men to justice. You can also like claim female empowerment, kind of like Joss Whedon did, but like no, it's just clearly your fetish.
I'll be the progressive Joss Whedon.
I mean, Joss Whedon was the progressive Joss Whedon before.
Even more progressive. That'll be like my bio. Even more progressive than Joss Whedon.
I mean, isn't that kind of like okay? Just off ramp for a second. Isn't it kind of amazing how Joss Whedon was like, no, they're real strong. They'll beat you up in an alley at night. No, they're strong. They're strong female characters. Oh yeah.
Asterios,
I'm a feminist.
How do you feel about the line in Avengers 2 where Black Widow is like, "You see, I'm a monster because I can't have kids. I'm just like the Hulk."
Wait, why wouldn't you ask me?
Because
I'm a woman in the
No, I said Asterios.
Yeah, Cheesymanfredo. Why don't you ask Kimmy? Because she's a woman. Now, Kimmy, what did you think of Joss Whedon's terrible dialogue?
Kimmy, give us your woman take about the subject.
Yeah, give us your entirely female take on this. I didn't know it was a contest to see who could be more offended. I guess I lose.
I guess I'm gonna be super offended. It sucks.
Yeah, Joss Whedon sucks. All right, but again, off of Joss Whedon. Now here's why I like and by the way, what are they called? The Clown Force. Now here's what I like about this. They each have different costumes and different powers. So, like, one of them can be like a Harlequin type. One of them can be like a classic Bozo the Clown. One of them can be kind of like a modern, like, 2022 minimalist clown. Like, they all have different senses of humor. They all have different body types, but they all go out at night and dominate men. And, I'm sorry, fight crime. And much like Wonder Woman, they like tie men up in scarves. They tie men up and render men powerless.
Oh goodness.
I think we could I like the idea of like the clown women seeking like justice against men. I think that's a pretty great angle.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we could probably replace like the superhero angle with like maybe there's some sort of like comedy troupe that goes from town to town. So there's like a lot of variety of men that they could like seek justice against, you know, like let's say that their performance that they do like attracts a whole crowd of all sorts of like people, but also like just men who like hate the idea of women doing comedy, right? So when these men like during the performances are huge assholes, but then after the show, it's like a was it like they get what they're coming towards them, you know, kind of like a not a Twilight Zone-esque kind of thing, but it's like Twilight Zone but with big titty clowns, you know.
What?
You get what I'm saying?
You said a lot. There's a lot of turns. I'm just gonna say yes.
Okay, what do you remember from what I said?
Twilight Zone. You hate women for some reason.
I did not say I hate women.
Yeah, you said you were the quote Rod Serling of misogyny. You said, imagine a world where women aren't allowed to do comedy. Wow, that's great. Cigarette time. I remember when you said all that. Cheesy.
Imagine a world that you get back home and your bitch of a wife doesn't say a word, where it's all quiet and peaceful finally in this fucking home and everything's clean. That'd be perfect.
That's what you said.
I said I was the Rod Serling of Big Titty Clowns. I did not say I was the Rod Serling of misogyny.
And I'm going to be the Rod Stewart of Big Titty Clowns. Clowny, I love to jerk it to your big old painted tits. Now look. Your idea sounds like better storytelling because you're actually saying something. You're talking about you're kind of striking out against like misogynist men who believe that women aren't funny and don't belong in the traditionally male-dominated comedy space. Like, I think that makes a better indie comic, but I think it makes a worse porno comic. Like,
well, it's like, oh man, you're an asshole to me on stage. Now I'm gonna force you to come all night. And I think that's a pretty good point. Yeah, because like it's a big like we get the dominatrix angle. And we could still keep, like, the tight latex, like, kind of, like, spandex stuff. Because clowns already wear that anyway,
Well, have you ever met a dominatrix before? Normally...
I could pretend I did.
Normally, they don't punish you by making you come. They punish you by, like, like whipping you or doing something that you don't want.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Okay,
That's how it starts. They show up, they tie you up, they whip you a little bit. They could do, like, kind of, typical clown trick. Like, let's say they pull out a giant whip from their cleavage. Like, oh, how did that fit in there,
They spray you with water. They waterboard you.
They spray you with water. Yeah, they waterboard you. They could even put some cock and ball torture in there, too. Clowns have big shoes. Like, imagine, people would be into that. If, like, big shoes were, like, stepping on your nuts. There's a lot of people into that.
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of, instead of focusing on the difference from our ideas, let's focus on the commonalities. They both have sexy clowns in different outfits beating up men. I mean, I'm telling you, this is saleable. Because here's what I think you need to do to get this clown fetish thing over. It needs like a gateway. It needs an in. It needs like domination, inflation, like maybe, how like clowns inflate balloons, like maybe they pull out a little pump and they make their boobies bigger. Like you need like gigantism. Like you need a fetish that already makes money. Give me the clown version of it. But you got to keep it simple because remember, if I got to think about a lot of plot and stuff, that's going to cut into my jerk time.
What we could do is that the first issue we could just jump right into it. Like we don't need the first issue won't be an origin story. We'll just jump right into it. Guy shows up, he's an asshole, and then he gets like punished later by so-called clowns. And you know what? I think I have because you see, as a big titty clown aficionado, I'm always drawing designs for big titty clowns, as you know, and I got a couple, and maybe you could help me review them, Asterios, and give your insight because they are very dominatrixy, like clown girl. Like, tell me what you think about this, and I'll post it in the video version of the podcast so people can see it too. Tell me what you think about this.
I mean, it's too This is. There's something about it being this friendly.
You think it's too friendly? You think it might need a little bit more edge? This
is just my take. And the thing is also, I'm a boomer. Like, I grew up in the 90s where, like, tough women were drawn, like kind of like a Gen 13 or the X-Men, like, very traditional comic book characters. So, like, I don't know. If people are into this, it's just, at first blush, I think it's too cute and too friendly. I mean, I like the gigantic thighs. I love the huge boobs. I think I think the shoes are cool. Like Cheesymanfredo's come up with like a kind of like a neat, like a hot topic take on clown shoes, where they're these kind of like big, like kind of tough girl boots, but they have like the ball at the end. I like that she's holding a cigarette holder. I think that the cigarette holder is kind of like a 1950s noir thing. And I'm kind of getting more of like a reptile snake girl vibe off of her, because she's got green hair. She's got like a green pattern on her boots. Like the shoes are kind of reminiscent of a snakeskin thing. And also, like, there's claws, which is kind of like reptilian. I guess Roxy, it's kind of like Toxie. So she's kind of like a poison thing. So, I mean, I guess you could be like, oh, yeah, she smokes. It's poison. If she hits the cigarette and blows it in your face and it makes you suggestible, that's hot. But these are some of my first blush notes. Kimmy, what are your notes at first blush?
All right, I like the color. I like green.
I like the color. It's cool.
I think instead of pigtails, have the hair down. Instead of like this old like cigarette holder, do a vape, and then instead of these clown shoes, you do like Doc Martens with like, I don't know, like really large platforms. So she's like 20 feet tall, and she looks like she listens to 100 Gex and like Dorian and Electra and all this like hyper pop shit that all the Zoomers are into.
And maybe when she blows the cigarette smoke at you, you shrink, and then she's like, "Now I'm going to eat you." And now we're in a fetish that is currently making money. What do you think of our thoughts, though? You're the artist. I mean, your intent matters the most. Like what's your intent? Like, tell us about your thoughts on this piece.
Well, I love all the criticism first and foremost. You said, I think you said a lot of points I didn't even think of, Asterios, and it might be a couple of good ideas to like incorporate into like future pieces with this character, because I have drawn her like performing like sexual acts already, right? And maybe what you say with the whole like, reptile.
Oh, by the way, did you hear a complete lack of surprise in my voice when you said that? I just want that noted for the record.
Do you like it when I jerk off? Your opinion, because it's so good, Asterios?
Keep going.
Okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned a lot of like good things, a lot of like things I didn't think of when coming up with this design. Really, the idea behind this design was I was trying to make her like the anti-Bongo, right? And I think you've seen Bongo's design.
Yeah, let me see Bongo's design. Help me out.
Okay, hold up. I pull up a recent picture of Bongo.
See if you can open the folder that says "not covered in cum." Okay, great.
Why can't you like make something wholesome? Like, my current comic I'm writing, it has no pages out yet, but it's all text right now.
Is there any clown titties? I don't
There's no clown titties. It's about like 3 lesbians raising a child. It's very wholesome.
But are they clown lesbians?
No, they're all like furries and like they're in the apocalypse. It's like Last of Us, but everyone's a lesbian.
Well, you could fuse the furry and clown angle. I do it all the time. There's a lot of overlay. There's one of the main
characters is the character in my profile picture. And my profile picture drawn by Mimi Ori. I got commissioned.
Oh, cool.
Kimmy, I'm going to be honest.
It looks like a mime.
Kimmy, I can only hear about so much filth on one podcast. We're going to have to table your furry post-apocalyptic. We're talking about. Let's just focus on the clowns for now.
I'm just saying, can you just like make something where nothing bad happens? I'm tired of things where something happens all the time.
The apocalypse happened in your thing.
It's called drama, Kimmy. Like, you ever heard of it?
It's called good storytelling. It's better for everyone. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out all your weird clown shit. I don't understand why I gotta learn like 20 books of lore to get into it.
No, the lore is supplementary. You don't have to like know it to understand the story. It's just kind of like, if you want to know more about.
You're saying this character is the anti-Bongo. I don't even know what a regular Bongo is.
Starting with the anti-Bongo. Yeah, it's like you're starting.
Okay,
listen. I'm looking at the picture of Bongo right now. Let's focus on the positive. Bongo's wearing a super skin tight like leotard, like a onesie, like a bodysuit. Bongo's wearing like a bodysuit with sleeves. And Bongo's got very big tits. I think that this body is drawn real hot. I think the shoe, like these shoes are very. If you imagine Ronald McDonald shoes, you're imagining these shoes. I like them. I think again the thing that I think is that this is really adorable. Like Bongo's making a cute face. Bongo's drawn with like thicker lines. Bongo. It's a lot harder to objectify my pornography when it's smiling back at me. If these were tough, if these were like tough ladies who only existed to punish the men of the night, then you see what I'm saying? How it's kind of like
Bongo wouldn't be in this story. I just brought her up so you could kind of see like how Roxy is like the anti-Bongo almost. But I do have another design that might fit more of the like tough kind of like punishment angle. Tell me what you think about this one. It's loading up.
I mean, this isn't a clown at all.
That's a clown. What are you talking about?
I mean,
it's not.
I guess it has
a clown.
the nose, kind of.
That's a clown.
Clowns
come in a lot of shapes and sizes, Asterios.
It's not a clown. Okay, listeners, this is just it's a woman in fishnets and with kind of like, imagine like a skirt, like a kind of like a Hawaiian Islands, like a grass skirt, but like it's reminiscent of teeth, and then they're wearing like a bra with kind of hypnotic snake eyes on it. They've got a nose ring like a bull. They've got the horns of a bull, but like this ain't it, Chief. There's no clown shit here.
This looks like
She's got a red nose. What are you talking about?
But that could just be that she's an animal. I mean, like clearly this character is like really animalistic. This character has like monster hands and bull horns and like a long snake tongue and like sharp teeth. Like. I can't. If that nose was bright red and perfectly spherical, that would read clown nose. But it's not. It's like a bull's nose.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
You're not wrong. Maybe.
You have to keep fetish shit simple. Lady grow big, put guy in mouth. Lady hypnotize guy, make guy think he. A lady, make guy eat own cum. It's simple fetish, simple.
I mean, I kind of dig it a little bit. It looks like a cool, like, horny tattoo. Like I can see some biker guy has this like on his fucking arm or some shit.
I'm not saying this isn't great art, and you know what? I apologize for that. This is very well. All of your drawings are great. Like, you have a ton of talent and skill. This would be a perfect, like, bicep tattoo. This would be great, like, as, like, a decal, like a vinyl decal on the back of a huge motorcycle. This is, like, a tough, cool lady. It's not a clown.
I don't know what to say. As someone who's very in-depth in the clown community and seeing, like, what people use as like style for like clowns. This feels very clown to me. I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, look, I don't know what to say either. They've got a devil tail and sharp teeth and a pointed lizard tongue.
Because there's like a demonic angle.
They have demon horns and monster claws.
It's almost like Pennywise. Like this is like almost like a Pennywise kind of angle to it. You know.
You know what I would do? I would like instead of trying keeping it more humanoid, I would like have like instead of like the bikini part is like a tongue and then like around it's the teeth, so it forms like a face. I just like have her pussy just be like a weird demon mouth with a long tongue coming out. I've seen that before in a lot of like little hentai art or whatever. People do it all the time.
Now, I wouldn't do that because that doesn't bring it closer to clowns. Like, you could do that if you want to. If you're looking for a pussy that's gonna eat you, go ahead and do that. Okay, what you need to do is you need to paint this character white. Like, that's what. Like, honestly, if all this character's skin was white and the nose was bright red, and you know what? Here's the thing. Just fix the shoes. What you need are nods to clown. Like right now, you don't have enough semiotic clown signifiers. And without semiotic signifiers, how am I supposed to produce semen?
I guess like you could say it's like an albino, like like succubus. Is that what they call them? Succubus, like the sexy demon.
That's a fetish. There we go.
She's supposed to be a clown that's possessed by a demon.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's gonna change your tune too much. I get where you're coming from, Asterios. Because at the same time, like, I gotta realize that, like, of course, my clown knowledge of what a clown design is wider than Asterios. But Asterios is the common man here. You know, he's the bystander. You know, if we're gonna do a clown porn, it's gotta be like right away identified as a clown. Am I hitting the money on this, Asterio?
I'm the clown sumer. Yes.
Yes.
And
you're the clown sumer.
I'm a clown coomer. And if I don't see clown, it makes me frown.
True.
That's how you got to think about. Look, if you're looking to make money in the clown fetish world, you take my advice. If you're looking to express yourself and say anything can be a clown, like of course, like I can't argue with you, like but what I'm trying to do here is make you money. Like that's ultimately where because also. You're a patron of mine, and when you make money, I make money. So everybody wins.
Oh, I'm not a patron of yours.
Oh, is it because I bullied you nonstop on the last Kimi the Witch podcast?
Wait, no, I was never a patron.
I'm a patron.
Wait, you're not a patron of mine?